Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Incredible Chess. And yeah guys, welcome to the 6th episode of Against the Sicilian. Well, today I'm gonna show you a high profile chess trap against the Sicilian most popular dragon variation. So if you're first time on my channel and want to learn some cool chess tricks to become a better chess player, then start now by subscribing my channel. Okay, so let's start. White starts with e4, black plays Sicilian defense c5, and now white plays knight to f3, d6, d4, c captures d4, knight captures d4, and now knight to f6 attacking the pawn. And now we play knight to c3 defending. And here comes the critical point. Here there are many variations for black. Today we are going to talk about the very tricky variation, one of the most popular variations, g6, known as the dragon variation. Well, here the main line is bishop to c4. But as you know, I am going to recommend you a very tricky move, f4. Well, indeed, in this situation, bishop g7 is not possible. If your opponent plays bishop g7, he's gone. That's all the trap is about. Well, the correct move here is actually knight to c6. Well, if your opponent plays this, then you can simply play bishop to e3. And why it is much better here, because first of all we have the center control and we have good piece development. But in more than 1000 games, bishop to g7 is played, and actually it's the highestly played move in this situation. Well, this is a complete blunder, and here comes the very tricky move, e5, bam, attacking the knight, d captures e5, and now we capture the pawn with the pawn, and now the knight's attack. Well, here there are some spaces for the knight, black knight, where Indian shows that here best move for the black knight is actually knight to g8. Well, if our opponent plays this, then after the simple move, bishop to f4, white is completely dominating the game. First of all, we have a very center control. This e5 pawn is very strong, stopping some ideas like f5, and also this knight now cannot come out. And we are ahead in piece development, and this is a very good game for white. Well, the first move I want to consider here is the move knight to g4, which is actually the most highestly played move in this situation. Well, if your opponent plays this, then he can just pack his bags and go back home, because here comes the whole tactic. Bishop to b5 check, and black is gone. Believe it or not, but black is gone from here. Well, black has to stop the check. So first of all, the first move I want to consider is knight to c6. This move miserably fails with the simple move knight captures c6, b captures c6, bishop captures c6, and now bishop to d7, and now we simply capture the rook. After the whole transaction, you can see white emerge as a clear exchange job. So this is not possible. The second move I want to consider is knight to d7. Well, this move completely fails because we can simply capture the g4 knight, because this bishop was defending it, but because of knight to bd7, the bishop has been blocked. So this is not possible. The third move, and one of the most critical move I want to consider, is bishop to d7. Well, guys, can you find an amazing move for the white camp? Congratulations guys if you have found the move. Queen captures g4. Yes, well indeed. At first glance it looks like a complete blunder because our queen's attacked. But no, cannot capture it because the bishop is pinned with our bishop. And if your opponent just simply captures the bishop, then you can simply capture the bishop, and you can see after the whole transaction, white emerge as a clear piece up. So last but not the least, what happens if your opponent plays king to f8? Well, this is the worst one, because here comes the amazing move knight to e6, and black should resign the game because he can't do anything. Well, bishop captures e6, then after the simple move queen captures g8, it's checkmate. If king to g8, then queen captures d8, bishop to f8, and now queen captures f8 is a beautiful checkmate. Last, if pawn takes e6, then simple move queen captures d8, king to f7, and now after the simple move queen to d1, white emerges a clear queen up, and this is completely winning for white. So we have analyzed that in this position black cannot play the move knight to g4. Well, the second move I want to consider is knight f to d7. Well, after this, white should play the move e6, attacking the knight. And please note, black cannot capture the pawn because of the simple move knight captures e6. The queen is attacked and also the bishop, and you cannot save both of them. And thus in this position, in many of the cases here, black plays the move knight to f6. Well, here we can simply capture this pawn, and now king captures f7, and now we play bishop to c4 check. Please note, king cannot go to the f8 square because of the simple move knight to e6. It is again the same case. If we capture the knight, then the queen is hanging, and if you move the king, then after the simple move knight captures d8, white is completely winning. And thus in this position, the only move possible is e6, blocking the check. Well, in this position, we are gonna castle, and here black plays the move rook to e8. Well, I got this case in one of my games, and I continued with the move bishop to g5, pressurizing the f6 knight, and my opponent played king to g8. Yes, well indeed, my opponent has got the artificial castling, and now it looks like that black is completely safe. Well, yes, the king is safe for a very bad position. Well, in this position, we are gonna play the move knight to e4. Not to mention, you cannot capture the knight because the queen is pinned up. And thus in this position, my opponent played the move knight b to d7, defending the knight. And guys, now you can see that because of this move, the e6 pawn is actually weakened. And now I simply captured this pawn. And now you can see the queen is hanging, the bishop is hanging. If rook captures e6, then you could simply capture the rook. King goes, and now we can capture this knight. Bishop captures e7, knight captures f6, bishop captures f6, bishop captures f6, king to g8, and now bishop captures d8, rook captures d8, and of the whole transaction you can see white emerged as a 12-point advantage, and this is clearly winning for white. So you cannot capture the knight here. Well, if in this position queen to e7, then knight to c7 is winning. We are forking both the rooks, plus there is a check, and this is completely winning for white. Well, in this situation, my opponent played queen to a5. Well, this move miserably fails because of the simple move knight captures f6, knight captures f6, and now you play knight to c7 check, because you can see that we are forking both the rooks, plus this king is attacked, and also the f6 knight. So we just move the king, and now you can see that white has a lot of threats. First of all, we are attacking both the rooks. Second, we are attacking this f6 knight, and you cannot save both of them. And this game is completely dominating for white. Well, in this position, the last move I want to consider is knight to d5. Well, again, in this situation, we are gonna play bishop to b5 check. Please note that if knight to c6, then it's the same situation, and black ends up with an exchange down. So this is not possible. Well, not to mention, if your opponent plays knight b to d7 or the move bishop to d7, then he loses up a knight. And if he captures the bishop, then you can simply capture. First of all, white is a piece up, and the second threat is knight to c7, which cannot be stopped. So we'll fork the rook and knight. Well, if he castles, then we could simply play knight to c7, knight to d7, can capture the rook, and now queen captures. And after the whole transaction, you can see white emerge as a clear rook up, and white is completely winning. And thus, in this situation, all the three moves are not possible. Well, I reached this position in one of my games, and my opponent continued with a very logical move, king to f8. Well, my opponent was a 2100 rated opponent, and he was very strong player. Well, in this position, I've castled on the king side, and you can see my simple threat is e6, which is very strong. Well, not to mention, if bishop captures e6, then black is just gone, because this move miserably fails. The simple move, knight captures d5, queen captures d5, and now a very tricky move. Guys, I want to pause the video and find an amazing move for the white camp which will destroy the black. Ready? Congratulations guys if you found the move knight to e6, a very tricky move. First of all, this move completely fails for white. Yeah, I'm just joking. In this situation, you don't have to play knight to e6. I'm just joking. The move which I want to play, I played in the situation, I played in the game is bishop to f6 check. Very strong move, and now king to g8. And well, now you have to play knight to e6. And now this is unstoppable. Because oh, I'm sorry, no, not knight to e6, but knight to f5. I'm just confused up, yeah. So the simple threat is if you capture the queen, then after a simple move, knight captures e7. It's a mate. Sorry guys, not knight to e6, but knight to f5. Yeah. Well, the second thing is if queen to e6, then you can simply play queen to d8, and it's a checkmate. And thus, we both analyzed this, and he did not capture it. Instead, he actually himself played e6, which I wanted to play actually. Well, here I played a very tricky move, queen to f3, threatening a checkmate. And luckily, my opponent saw this and he played queen to c7, stopping the checkmate. And guys, here I played an awesome move, the top Indian level move, which will shut down black's play. Can you find the winning move, guys? I like to pause the video and find an amazing continuation for the white camp, which will destroy black. Well, the move is bishop to g5. And at first glance, it looked like a very stupid move because it's doing nothing. Well, this is a very strong move. My opponent played a very calm looking move, knight to c6. Very normal looking move. Well, this is a blunder. Here I just simply captured the knight. He took the knight with the pawn, and now comes the whole tactic of the move bishop g5, bishop d8, and black is gone. Black can't do nothing. Black cannot do anything here because black is gone. Not to mention if queen captures d8 and queen captures f7 is a mate. He saw this, and after a lot of thinking he played the move queen to b7. Well, it does not matter if your opponent plays queen to d7 or queen to b7. But after the simple move, bishop captures c6, black is gone. When my opponent saw this move, he resigned the game. Well, the simple thing is you cannot capture the bishop because queen captures f7 is a mate. And the bad thing is if you move the queen anywhere, then again it's a mate. And this mate is unstoppable. If you want to hang upon this mate, then you have to play something like rook to b8, where we will simply capture the queen, rook captures, and this game is completely winning. We can simply capture the knight, pawn takes, now we can capture, and now we have many threats. We have threat of queen d6, also we have some threats of rook to e1, and white is completely winning this game. So guys, these were some of the wonderful chess traps against the dragon variation, and now I am sure if your opponent plays the dragon variation, you are gonna destroy him. Well guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what type of videos you all want. Well guys, that's all for today, and we'll meet in the next video. Till then, be safe, be healthy, keep watching Credible Chess.